Let's bring in right now Alan Dershowitz, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus, lifelong Democrat, and author of Trumped Up. Straight to you. Is it the Schumer shutdown or the Trump shutdown?
These members of Congress should not be given this tool to play with. It has proved too dangerous to them. It's like giving children matches. We have to figure out a way of taking this shutdown away from Congress, either by law or even by constitutional amendment. This is one constitutional amendment that would pass immediately. The people don't want Congress to have the power to shut down their government.
But Congress appropriates, so how do you get around that?
You make a constitutional amendment saying that whatever the appropriations were last year, if nothing happens, they persist and they continue. No more shutdown tool for Congress. Enough. You've abused your power, whether it's the Democrats or the Republicans. It's like children playing with matches. You take the matches away.
Then when does anything get done? Because it seems like these crucible moments are the ones where deals are made or things actually happen or someone blinks. If it just continues, where does it stop?
Well, you know, there's a big difference between making a deal about something particular and either party using the blame game to try to get this done. Obviously, Congress needs a prod. This is one prod that has to be taken away from them. The idea, now look, we did it already. You can't stop Social Security. You can't stop the military. Right. We already have a partial ban on shutdowns. Let's go all the way.
But what do you think about the Democrats using DACA in this instance? We've been talking to people in America this morning, and they're saying, we don't believe this. This is a fake deadline. They have till March.
Mm-hmm. Well, but they want to use this deadline to make a point. Both parties want to use it to make a point.
But you just said they shouldn't make that point.
They shouldn't make that point, and they shouldn't be able to use this tactic as a way of making that point, because the people who suffer are the American people. We don't know how many people, even if this continues, it doesn't matter so much over the weekend, but it continues Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, people will be affected. They're victims, and Congress shouldn't have the power to make victims out of Americans so as to help them play their political games. It's the Schumer shutdown. It's the Trump shutdown. The American people don't care what you label it. It's a shutdown. It's the American people shutdown.
It's a dysfunction.
It's a dysfunction.
Yeah. That's right. Well, we've got, today is January 20th. This rewind 1 year, and it was the inauguration of this president. The president tweeting this morning about that. He said, this is the 1 year anniversary of my presidency, and the Democrats wanted to give me a nice present. Hashtag Democrat shutdown. You wrote the book, Trumped Up. You've been involved in the debates surrounding his presidency. 1 year in, what is your take?
Well, first of all, I think we have learned the lesson that the appointment of a special counsel was a big mistake. We've learned nothing, either because there is nothing or it's behind closed doors. There should have been an independent commission, bipartisan, nonpartisan, in order to learn how the Russians try to manipulate this election and to prevent them from doing it in the future. Trump himself, I think a mixed year. I wish he hadn't said what he said about countries in Africa as the grandson of immigrants, whichever way he said it, as the grandson of immigrants who came from countries that were regarded as whole countries or house countries like that. People were saying that about my people. They were probably saying it about your people. We have to stop generalizing about countries and people and judge people as individuals. That guy who was on your show who murdered the 2 cops, I don't care where he comes from. Yeah. Nobody like that should ever be allowed into the country. But people who come in from whatever country and contribute greatly to America, if they're coming in legally, should be allowed to come in. And we shouldn't generalize about countries. Look, you have to give the president credit. Stock market up. Jerusalem finally recognized, a little movement on the Middle East. I wish the president would do more and say less. I think he could be a very, very important figure in American history.
I feel like he's got to do both.
Well, yeah. I could listen to Alan Dershowitz all day. I mean, I agree on everything. We go back and forth, but I could listen to him speak all day.
Absolutely. I could too, but we have to turn to headlines.
Professor, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.